All right, let's go ahead and set up that file with the Vars and talk about the last couple of Vars and then how to FTP a job up. Now, really, we've only been spending like 15 minutes on this job once you get good. You know, it'll move quick and you'll just understand what you're doing. So you'll be able to get jobs like this done pretty rapidly. You might be able to get this done 15 minutes end to end, really, as you get pretty good. Okay, let me see. I got the page open in Dreamweaver. I want to open up the Vars too. These are the Vars I wanted to put in there. I just kind of thought it through and figured it out, right? Okay, we recognize them all. We've been talking about these for a while. So let me see. I got a var 1, var 2. So that's geo-targeted is my 1 and 7. I just keep that in mind. 2 is my keywords. Then the rest of it is this other bit here for residential and customers, right? I've got residential and customers. This is for that H1 tag on the page, really. But then in the meta description, I'd probably be sticking with this, you know, and that, serving those guys. All right, hold on. So how quickly can we do all that? Let's take a look. So right here, we've got a page title. Again, they've got a title on their main page, so whatever. But we're creating extra pages, so we want them to have very specific titles. This title is useless. You see this thing? Probably not because it's so small. Let me see if I can magnify this thing for you a little bit. No, I can't. All right. This is really ridiculous. Let me try it this way. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure you get this. People do this all the time. This is really bush league, okay? This is what designers do when they're not getting paid enough to think about your job. Look at this. A keyword with a city and a state. Another keyword with a city and a state, right? Another keyword in a city and a state, right? And then another keyword, and that's it. You know, wrapping it all up. And that, by the way, of course, just means an ampersand. That's just the coding for an ampersand. So that equals this, really. Okay. Add an undo. All right. Now, what they did, this is a geo-targeted keyword, another geo-targeted keyword, another geo-targeted keyword, and another geo-targeted keyword. Well, that one's not even geo-targeted. You know how bush league that is? It looks like crap. It doesn't mean much to Google. Google doesn't know what it's supposed to show up for. Do you expect to see that line when you do a keyword search? You know, and that's the result? Yeah. Even if you did a keyword search for this, you know, you wouldn't expect to see all of this. It just doesn't make sense. All right. That's pretty bad. Okay. What do we want to do? A geo-targeted keyword. And we want to say something like Granger, Indiana, residential, plumbing. How's that? And then just have like the company name at the end after all. So it's like var 1, var 3, var 2. Okay. And that's how it's supposed to be. var 1, var 3, var 2. Now, if we want to do this to get it capped so that it looks better, we can do that. var 1, var 5. Oh, okay. Here would be a case where we might say, all right, let's just go ahead and copy our, you know, keywords. Paste. Okay. And just call that like var 8. And that way, you know, I can highlight that thing, Control Shift down arrow, and do what with it? I can make it proper case. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Ready? var 1, var 5, var 8. There we go. That's what that's going to be. So, cut. All right, it's going to be var 1, and the space I may as well. So I'm just going to copy that thing, Control C, so I can do it again, right? var 5 and var 8. var 1, 5, and 8. Get it? var 1, 5, and 8. That's cool. I got it. Now what? Meta description. Henry Smith, PhD is your ACV. And by the way, we could do that if we wanted. You know, you can do that. You could put the Control C and then just say pi, because other guys are going to have similar page titles, so we got to have something different about it. Or we could even put in a word like best. You know, that way we can really try to aim for that as well. So even if we don't snatch the shorter tail right away, we can snatch the longer tail and lay claim to it, and then go after the shorter tail, you know, as we go along. So you could keep the company name in there, or decide that the company name's in the way, because you're going to have it right below in the meta description anyway, so it's up to you. and they are your whatever it is and whatever it is expert in wherever and wherever, right? So they are your, let's think about this. You know what? Let's get that tightened down. This time we're going to use a var 2. So they are your, right, is your var 2. Expert in, now let's get this right. Here's another one that people don't think of. I just want to show you how it works. Okay, let's say that we take this, copy. I'll show you another trick. Paste. And this time, here's what we're doing. We want to make sure we say 2 different city names. Now we don't. We don't. I'm just showing you this so that you can keep it in mind. We don't want to say this in South Bend and Mishawaka. We really want to dial it down. And you don't need to say in, by the way. You can say serving. They've been serving or providing services for. We don't really want this whole thing. We just want, what is it? Vars 7, for example. Really, at this point, Vars 7. You don't need to have the Indiana again. Cut. Vars 7. And you don't have to worry about it being different than var 1 because it won't be. Var 1 and var 7 are have brackets around them. Okay, bracketized. Bracketized columns, bracketized vars, right? But what if you did want to say here and there? How do you pull it off? I'll show you. We're going to say here and there. I'm just going to do it for a minute so you can see this, and var 8. All right, so serving var 7 and var 8. Okay, so just want you to keep your mind open to the possibilities. All right, so check this out. So far it says serving, Granger and Granger, right? Granger and Granger. We want to make sure it never does that. So what we're going to do is this. One of those 2 columns is going to be not like the other in a second. We're going to take the top one and cut it so that we can paste it on the bottom. Paste. And of course that gives us 1 extra and a hole at the top. So we're going to fix that by just shifting this thing up. Delete the hole. Shift cells up, not left, up. And guess what? That works. Now we are always serving one city and another one that is not the same, without question, right? All the way to the bottom. They don't match. We're serving this city and this city, right? Page by page. Nothing's going to look weird about it. Okay. But again, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to specialize, not dull it. And besides, then I'm going to have twice as many pages all saying the same 2 cities. Delete. Okay, so let me just get that dialed in. I really want it to be var 7. Okay, so kill this and var 8-bit. Okay. All right, so far we've got 1, 5, 7, 8, 4's in keywords. Should it be in keywords? Customers. No, it doesn't need to be, does it? Because we can put it somewhere, I think. var 4. We're a local business serving our friends and neighbors since then. Serving our friends and neighbors. Serving our neighbors and customers. Serving our customers and neighbors. I just got to think about it. Our neighbors, our friends and customers. That's what I want to say. I could say friends, neighbors, and customers or something if I really wanted, right? Serving our friends, neighbors, and customers, or serving I just don't know how much room I have, so I'm going to use it. Serving our friends and customers and var 2, okay? So that's what that's going to be, var 2. Or, I'm sorry, what? Not var 2, var 4, right? var 4, that's what I meant. Okay? Now, check that out. What have we not used? What have we used? Let's go back and double check. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, 1 through 8, right? What don't we have yet? Okay, we got 1. No 2, no 3. We need that. Okay, 2 and 3. Now what? 4, 5. Okay, 2, 3, and 6, right? And again, I can do this if I really want, just to keep track of my stuff. I can, I can cut it and paste it over here for a minute. 2, 3, and 6. cut, paste it over here. And that way I can just keep track. I can put these in any order, and I'm going to get rid of the holes in a minute, right? No holes, delete. I'm just only doing this so you can keep your mind open to what's possible, so you can think about the stuff as you go. So residential plumbing, customers, Vars. You know what? I think this is the one where I'm not going to need the caps, so I'll be putting that up for the keywords. That'll be my Vars 6, okay? All right, so now that I got that done, I'm going to cut this and paste it right here. Paste, okay? And I've just got these last two to deal with, 2 and 3. Let's see how we're doing. We've got to get to it sooner or later. Var 1. Okay, 5 and 6 down here, right? Plumbing customers. So that was like city plumbing customers, Granger plumbing customers, Goshen plumbing customers. Okay. And then here we go. When you're looking at oh, I got a Var 3 in here. I have it. It's right here. That's my Var 3. Okay. And I could put it, elsewhere, residential. I could absolutely make a point of scrolling down and finding more residential elements to put it for. As a matter of fact, if I want to be real careful, I can do this. Control F. It says residential commercial, but watch this. Residential. And I'm looking for text this time, not source code. Okay. Find all. Okay, it's got 2. They both say residential and commercial. No, residential and commercial. Residential to commercial, right? Okay, fine. So I'm going to leave the from residential to commercial alone maybe because I'm just, it's good for context. But I want to make sure that residential and commercial, I want to really drill that down. For heating, cooling, and ventilation in residential buildings or residential, I guess buildings, right? Oh, whoops. Let me undo that. Just kind of thinking out loud. What do you call that? Residential, yeah. Well, that. In residential buildings. So that's going to be Var 3 again. That's my point. I'm just using Var 3 again. Whoop. All right. And then file save all. And keep in mind, you can do whatever else you want to do. Like I've got another sentence down here that goes from residential to commercial applications, blah, blah, blah. And what if I just wanted to delete that? I could. I can do anything I want with any of this. I can change titles. I can change verbiage. I can do whatever I want. So there's no hassle to this. As long as you leave the Vars alone, then you can work all around them and tighten up the message, expand it. You're not replacing the front page. You're just creating a whole lot of landing pages, really, for people to see, okay, to land on. Anyway, that was my Var 3, okay, cut and paste. And the only other thing I have left is Var 2. Now, surely I could find a place for that, Var 2, right? Because that's really what I want to say. That's their thing, right? So work call the when you're looking for, watch this. I'm gonna say for when you're looking for residential or commercial, that's the whole point there. And I'm not gonna say this whole long line, which is the point. Don't say the whole long line, right? Residential what? Var 3 is residential. The Var 2. Plumbing, yeah, perfect. When you're looking for residential plumbing, Control C. That'll work, man. Var 3, Var 2. Okay. Residential plumbing, and I can tighten it up better. When you're looking for, commercial water heater, work, plumbing, work, services, do I want to say? Work or services. Tankless water heater, work or services. Products or services. I could even just say products or services, right? And it could always be that. That could be a var, right? But it's not really a var because some of these will be products, some will be services. And so I may as well just leave it products and services, All right, call us. All right, that's cool. You know what? That satisfies my criteria, right? I've got every single var in here, 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, do they have to be numbered correctly? No. Could one of these really be like var 999999999 or 777? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Okay. As long as they're unique. The only thing you cannot have is this cannot be var 2 and also this be var 2. That's obviously a mismatch. That's going to cause a problem. As long as the numbers are unique, you can have any number you want in each case. But don't capitalize, right? So don't accidentally be, doing like a proper case thing and then happen to capitalize that. If you do, it's going to be a mismatch to the page. It's literally going to tell you it cannot find any of these on the page, and it cannot find any of those on the CSV file. And you'll kind of look and it'll dawn on you what the problem is. So just lowercase it and you should be fine at that point. All right. So having done that, what now? File save. Okay, I'm going to close it. Now, we might just be about done, right? Edit. If I want, I can do a dummy check. Watch this. I'm just going to check the page for var1. Find next. If found one, fine. var2. Find next. var3. Find next. Right? var4. Find next. Uh-oh, can't find it going down, but let's try going up. Aha, there's one there. var5 and var6. We're almost done with this check, aren't we? You don't really need to do this because the software will do it. Oh, that again was going up, but let's go back down again. Aha. Okay. Okay, can't find going up, but it found something going down. Beautiful. Aha, that's a mistake. See that? Yeah, it's going to say it can't find it because that was mistyped. Okay. var6. Find next. Can't find it going up. Going down. 1, 2. Now be careful because one of these could be like var61, right? So just don't accidentally think var6 meant that it found var6 right away. Okay? You don't count it twice. Realize that 6 and 61 are two different things. If you had 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, it's still going to find var6. So how would you make sure in that case? Like, how do you kill it from thinking var61? Well, here's how. You're trying to say var6 and you know what comes after it. A percentage sign. That's because it's going to close off, right? So var6 percentage sign, find next. And then can't find another one. Get it? There you go. That's how you make sure you get it right. Okay. If you need to double check, right? Let me try again though, because now I got a var61. I got to change back. Oh, there it is. All right. So what now? We've got our var6. So I didn't really need it in my keywords content thing. I really didn't. Let me see if there's a var7. Only reason I'm not putting percentages on is it's quicker to change the numbers like this, right? Let me try from up here. There's no var7. Okay, maybe that'll be my var. I'll just double check it, right? var8. Really? Cannot find that either. No var. Oh, it found 8. That's why. Again, mistyped. Sometimes you just got to watch what you're doing. Okay. Boom. All right. If I wanted to be a little more clean, I might do something like this just to see. Control F. Find like percentage sign, right? And make sure it either relates or it doesn't. Make sure that the whole syntax looks good, I don't need to do it by percentage sign. I can do it by var, right? I don't have a lot of vars. Just make sure that they look right. Var, 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 var. And then some other oddball things that have nothing to do with me. And then var, 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 var. Yeah. And then again, nothing else. Okay, fine, great. So that's just me like manually showing you how to check it all out, right? Okay, that's the end of that topic. These two would match, except that there's 2 more tokens that we're going to go over, so we'll do that in the next topic. Okay.